Okay, I want to talk to you about a project using IoT and SIM cards, a cell network. A lot of people want to build IoT projects, but might not be around, and you need to use the cell network. And you can get IoT SIM cards for pennies per megabyte of data. The only thing is, you got to buy an Arduino SIM module, which is very sketchy, expensive, and difficult to work with. So why not just use an old Android phone and put the SIM card in that, and then Bluetooth to your Arduino, your ESP32, or Wi-Fi to it, or through your own local Wi-Fi. But typically, you use Bluetooth because it's simple. Anyway, so I want to show you my project that I did. I did a heater project. Right here is the block diagram of it. And so it's got an Android phone using the cell network and IoT SIM card from Hologram. I'll show you some information on that. Talking to another Android phone. Okay, so this is my main Android phone running my app. I don't know if you can still see my video camera, but that's the app running on my Android phone. I built it using App Inventor. But anyway, so the Android phone uses Bluetooth to talk to an ESP32. Oh, I'm missing the P, ESP32 through Bluetooth. Now that ESP32 has a temperature sensor attached to it. You see, this project is for me to control the heat out at my cottage, which has no Wi-Fi, and we normally leave the heat off. And what I want to do is turn on the baseboard heaters and heat the place up before I get there. And so I can send commands to the Android phone, which will Bluetooth to the ESP32, ask it for what the temperature of the room is. It'll get it from the temperature sensor, or turn the heat on and off using low voltage, the digital I/O, to a 220 volt, 20 amp relay module. Those are cheap on Amazon. And then 220 volts to the baseboard heaters to turn them on. So that's what it does. And it also, the phone, since I've got the phone sitting at my cottage, we call them camps in Northern Ontario, it's also sitting in the window. So I can get it to take a picture as well and send it to me. And then it reports back to me by sending email to my email Professor Alamang. You're right, that's my YouTube channel and my email. Anyway, a couple of things I wanted to mention is the software I'm using for these things. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, I'll show you some images. That's the block diagram. This is the dashboard for the Hologram company. Hologram is the maker of the SIM card. I've got 2 SIM cards. They're only $5 each. And you pay, depending if you're on Global 2 or Global 3 service. Global 3 is only, I think it's 3 cents per megabyte. It's incredibly inexpensive as long as your data requirements are low, and typically for these kinds of projects they are. I've got some images I want to show you of what I've done. This is the Android phone sitting out at camp. So this thing sits in the window, and you can see it's got a user interface. This app I built using Droidscript. Okay, it's a really easy to use JavaScript based environment for developing Android phone apps. That way you don't need Android Studio. And I've got a few buttons. It'll snap a picture, turn the heat on, turn the heat off, and get the temperature and send it to the email. Okay, and this thing connects to my ESP32, which is inside a little box. Okay, there's my ESP32 inside, and it's got one of those little OLED displays, and it constantly shows the temperature in the room. It says temp, and then it says whatever the temperature is constantly. And it also has a temperature probe, and there's the temperature probe there. hanging down from it. See it right? Okay, so Loom's cut me off at 5 minutes. It's going to be a long video, sorry. Anyway, so back to where I was showing the picture of the temperature sensor hanging down. There it is right there. And the other thing I want to show you is the power module. So from this ESP32 up in the shelf here, there's low voltage wiring going to the basement, the crawl space of my cottage. And under there, I've got this power module. It's 220 amp relays, 220 volt. So you can see the power wire coming in and going out to my baseboard heaters, and here's the low voltage wire over on that side. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about, here is the app that I use at home. I built it using App Inventor. So this sends the request to the Hologram company. It does an API call and tells it to send an SMS to my phone out at camp to either get the temperature, turn heat on, turn heat off, take a picture because the phone's sitting in a window out there. So it takes a picture and emails it to me, and also an option on the bottom. So that's, I used App Inventor for that. Whereas for the one out at camp, this is the phone sitting out at camp on the shelf, I use Droidscript because it's pretty easy to use Bluetooth. It does SMS receiving, so it'll receive the SMS coming in from the Hologram company. The Hologram dashboard, I'll show you that. I don't think, did I show you that already? I don't know. Here's the Hologram dashboard right here. And these are the two SIM cards I already have. One is on the Global 3, one is on Global 2. Global 3 is much cheaper, pennies per megabyte, where the Global 2 is more expensive. I'm not sure why. So I bought a second SIM card because they're only $5. Okay, so I think that's it. I'll try publishing that on YouTube, see how it goes. Bye-bye for now. Oh, yes, there's one more thing I wanted to talk to you about, and that is what's on these two phones. Okay, so this phone at home is, this one is just a regular phone, you know, with my regular provider SIM card. This is the one that has the Hologram SIM card out at camp. Anyway, so here I built the program using App Inventor, and it does the API call to Hologram. Hologram sends the SMS to my phone out at camp. Okay, in this phone out at camp, I said I use Droidscript for that, which is a great environment. And I can send Bluetooth and receive Bluetooth back. No problem with Droidscript. But the problem with Droidscript was I'm not able to send email anymore. In recent versions of Android, since Android version 10, it doesn't work. It won't send email attachments. I can't send my picture. So I included now, in this phone, I included Llama Labs Automate. It's one of those automation tools for Android phones. So Llama Lab Automate will send email and an attachment, no problem. So I'll take the picture and send the email with the picture to me. But I had to do in order for Droidscript to tell Llama Labs to do that, I had to do what's called an intent. And I don't know if you've got any experience with Android development, you'll learn about intents. That's how one app sends a message to another app. So this is a really, really neat project. So if you do want to get involved in this, just send me a message on YouTube and I'll chat with you about it. But anyway, happy programming.